You open your eyes. You are not in a hospital. You are not even in a bed. You are in a high-performance laboratory somewhere in Norway, surrounded by sports scientists, biomechanical engineers, and a machine that looks like it could clone cows. Congratulations. You haven't been born, you've been bred. Your name? Erling Haaland, a hybrid of a Norwegian football machine and a genetically optimized ancestor from Valhalla. A scientist leans over you. Project Alpha Tour completed. Ready for Premier League infiltration. The fluid in your incubator escapes, and suddenly you are hit by a realization with 40 times the force of gravity. You are not normal. While normal babies crawl around and shit in diapers, you are already learning Norwegian, English, and the language of wolves, making you the alpha of a pack that will serve as your personal bodyguard from now on. Your first diaper? Never used. Your first words? I'm coming, Premier League. While other children in daycare learn to tie their shoes, you are placed in a secret Norwegian soccer academy, under the direction of a crazy German scientist who only speaks in numbers. 90 minutes of intense pressing, heart rate 200, shot speed 250 kilometers per hour, but still too human. You are fed tinned fish, raw reindeer meat, and the blood of a young Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a diet that probably contains more testosterone than an entire national weightlifting team. While other kids are happy with pasta, you devour meals that look more like preparations for a Viking raid. Your body is shaped, your bones strengthened. At 10 years old, you can shoot harder than an adult. By the age of 12, your sprint speed is already at the level of an Olympic sprinter. By the time you turn 14, you start redefining the word opponent. To you, they're mere extras in an epic action movie where you're the unstoppable lead actor. You're no longer just a footballer. You're a force of nature. By the time you turn 15, you're ready. While your peers are winning in Fortnite, you're winning games for Molde FK. While teenagers are popping their first zits, you're squeezing defenders out of the box. You're training, running through a blizzard with moose on your back. Your opponents? They're already sweating when your name pops up in the match report. Your coach? He whispers, "Haaland, forgive us," in secret at bedtime. By the time you turn 18, you're an international menace. You make decisions with the precision of an AI algorithm, while other teenagers decide whether to do their homework or invest their entire inheritance in cryptocurrencies because a 14-year-old on TikTok advised them to do so. You transfer to RB Salzburg. The Austrian League? Pfft, a playground for you. Hat tricks become your standard, and at some point goalkeepers forget what it feels like not to be humiliated. First Champions League game, hat trick. Bundesliga? Underwhelming. Shooting power. Every time you shoot, a goalkeeper voluntarily takes hostage to delay the inevitable. Despite your success, there is a problem. You are too good. Borussia Dortmund signed you in 2020, which spelled biblical doom for defenders in the Bundesliga. Your first few minutes? 3 goals. Your second week? Sent an entire backline into early retirement. Bayern Munich requested a legal regulation that only allows Haaland games with a minimum number of emergency doctors. In just 18 months, you score 62 goals in 67 games, a statistic that reads like a typo. Opposing coaches develop special defensive strategies called praying and escape. Even Mats Hummels admits, you can't stop him, just hope that he fouls himself by accident. Then comes the ultimate step, the Premier League. Your first few games in England cause several coaches to quit their jobs. "I've had enough," complains Thomas Tuchel. You score 14 goals in your first 8 Premier League games, a statistic that causes even mathematicians to question their careers and instead move to a lonely mountain hut to rethink life. Your hat trick against Manchester United was particularly infamous, after which Erik ten Hag allegedly considered converting his team into a yoga group. It didn't help. United's defense remained so porous that even a light gust of wind created a goal opportunity. Shortly thereafter, Ten Hag was fired and replaced by a fortune cookie with motivational sayings, an improvement, according to experts. While Guardiola draws complicated tactics in meetings, you look at him like a student who realizes that the math teacher has gotten lost in his own calculations. Tactics? Bro, give me the ball. When you score 6 goals in one game, FIFA decides to hold you in a cage on the pitch to give other players a fair chance. It doesn't help. You're a goal machine, a force of nature, a destructive Viking on the pitch. And yet, you play for Norway. World Cup appearance? Nope. European Championship appearance? Nope. Instead, Nations League duels against Liechtenstein and Gibraltar. Every game is a heroic mode, a boss fight that you have to take on alone. Your face on the pitch? The Nordic version of Sisyphus, trying to roll a boulder called Norwegian Football Association up the hill. You score more goals than the entire German national team in a single tournament in the Nations League, although that's not really that impressive anymore. Your teammates describe you as a friendly Viking with the bloodlust of a hungry grizzly. Norway's National Association briefly considered adding you to the household as an official military defense strategy, but then decided on traditional weapons, even though experts claim you are the more dangerous choice. One thing is for sure, Norway may not win any World Cups, but you'll make sure that no opponent will ever sleep peacefully again, and yet you remain, wearing the shirt with pride and holding on to the hope that one day you will lead Norway to a World Cup. After 3 seasons at Manchester City, in which you score at least 100 goals a year, the Premier League is officially renamed the Haaland Show. Opposing teams only appear on the pitch with white flags. The VAR is abolished because it is pointless to try and take goals away from you anyway. You have long since overridden the rules of the universe. But then the offer comes. Real Madrid offers you €1 billion and the Kingdom of Spain if you would sign. You refuse, saying, "This is too easy for me. I want a real adventure." Instead, you switch to an amateur club in the 6th Norwegian division to reinvent football. There you single-handedly win every game, while your teammates sit on camping chairs on the sidelines, drinking beer and shouting obscenities. At 35, you retire from football for good. Not because you're getting old, but because the ball itself is afraid of being kicked any further. Stadium nets refuse to work, referees stop blowing their whistles, and FIFA is forced to officially rename the offside rule the Haaland Protection Measure. But you are looking for new challenges. First, you found a secret Viking society dedicated to terraforming the earth to create perfect football conditions. Norway's mountains are transformed into perfect stadium landscapes and fjords into hydration pools for players. Not satisfied with Earth's rule, you expand into space. Elon Musk offers you SpaceX for a symbolic transfer fee of 100 goals in a single game, which you score in just 45 minutes, while you write a book, order 3 pizzas, and fill out a complicated tax return for a multinational company that you founded out of boredom. Along the way, you develop a new language with only 3 words, which is nevertheless recognized by philosophers as the most profound of all time. On Mars, you establish the first intergalactic soccer league. Opponents are robots, aliens, and disgruntled former Bundesliga defenders who swear to get revenge. Your last official act is to buy the FIFA, rename it Haaland, and declare that from now on, each nation may only consist of 11 players, with you as captain. You win the first interplanetary world championship by scoring 500 goals in 30 seconds. Your last known words: "The world is not enough. I need a universe full of goals." And so the story ends. Or does it really only begin now?